Today we will discuss about AC through a series LCR circuit. That is a circuit having a resistor, capacitor and inductance coil connected in series to the applied AC supply. And let I is equal to I0 sin omega t be the current at any instant in the circuit, and let VR, VC and VL be the voltage drop across R, C and L. So the voltage drop across R, the component resistor, is represented by VR, which is equal to I0 R sin omega t, which is in phase with the current. VC is equal to, that is the voltage drop across the capacitor, is represented by I0 by omega C into sin omega t minus pi by 2. These are voltages across the components resistor and capacitor. We have seen these in the circuit having this component before. So this term can be represented as sin minus of pi by 2 minus omega t, and which is minus I0 by omega. So this term can be represented as sin of minus pi by 2 minus omega t, and which is minus I0 by omega c into sin pi by 2 minus omega t, which is equal to sin pi by 2 minus omega t is cos omega t. So this will become minus I0 by omega c into cos omega t. And VL, that is the voltage across the inductance coil, is represented by omega L I0 sin omega t plus pi by 2. This also we have seen in the previous sections, which is omega L I0 into cos omega t. So the total EMF in the circuit can be represented by the voltage drops across these components, which is a VR plus VC plus VL, and it is the sum of these three terms, which I have written here as I0 R into sin omega t minus I0 by omega c into cos omega t plus omega L0 into cos omega t. So we can arrange the terms like this. First term is keeping as such, and the second term and third term together we can write I0 as common outside the bracket and omega L minus 1 by omega c into cos omega t. Here I0 is common in both the term, and which can keep outside, and R sin omega t plus omega L minus 1 by omega c into cos omega t. Multiply and divide this equation by square root of R square plus omega L minus 1 by omega c all square on RHS. So multiplying and dividing will make no change to the equation. So we are dividing and multiplying the right side of this equation by this term. So this equation will become like this. So this dividing term is taking inside this bracket. So this will become this like this, and we are substituting for R by square root of R square plus omega L minus 1 by omega c all square as cos phi, and sin phi as omega L minus 1 by omega c by square root of R square plus omega L minus 1 by omega c all square. Therefore this equation become I0 into, the multiplying factor is here, and this is sin omega t into cos phi plus cos omega t into sin phi. And this term is here, and sin omega t cos phi plus cos omega t sin phi sin omega t plus phi. Where from these two terms we will obtain tan phi, which is the ratio of these two terms, that is omega L minus 1 by omega c by R, and the numerator is XLC, can be represented as XLC, which is the total reactance in the circuit. Total reactance means which is the sum of the reactance across the capacitor and the inductor. and the cos phi, which is R by Z, where Z is the impedance, which is square root of R square plus omega L minus 1 by omega C all square. Here it is XLC. XLC is the total reactance. This is the inductive plus capacitive reactance. And Z is the total impedance of the circuit, and which is given by this equation. From the equation of EMF, this equation, this is the equation of the EMF, it is clear that EMF leads the current by phi, because here it is sin omega t plus phi and the current was I0 sin omega t. So it is clear that the EMF in the circuit is led by a phase phi, and the phi is given by tan inverse omega L minus 1 by omega C divided by R, which is the phase. When omega t plus phi, this term omega t plus phi becomes 90, this will give you a maximum value of EMF, which is E0. So E0 can be written as I0 into square root of R square plus omega L minus 1 by omega C whole square. This is Z, where this omega L can be written as XL, which is the reactance across inductance or inductive reactance, and 1 by omega C is XC, which is the capacitive reactance, and the total of this is the total impedance. Also E0 can be written as I0 into Z. The amplitude of the current I0 is equal to E0 by square root of R square plus XL minus XC whole square from the previous equation. So which is E0 by Z. The Z is measured in ohms since it is the impedance in the circuit, and L is in Henry and C is in Farad, and R is in ohm. If omega L is greater than 1 by omega C, phi is positive. So it is clear from this equation. Phi is given by tan inverse omega L minus 1 by omega C. If omega L is greater than 1 by omega C, phi is a positive. Phi is positive, and the EMF leads the current, or current lags behind the applied EMF. And if otherwise omega L is less than 1 by omega C, phi is negative. That is, applied EMF lags behind the current, or the current leads the circuit. So the power factor is represented by cos phi, which is R by square root of R square plus omega L minus 1 by omega C all square. When this omega L become equal to 1 by omega C, from the expression of phi phase, it is clear that phi will become 0. That is, EMF and current are in phase with each other, and maximum current will flow in the circuit, or the circuit will be in resonance with the supply. So whenever this condition is occurred, that is, the inductive reactance become equal to the capacitive reactance, the phase will become 0. That is, the current and EMF will be in phase with each other, and maximum current will flow in the circuit, and the circuit can be said to be in resonance with the supply voltage. At resonance, the power factor is unity, while if the circuit contains no resistance, the power is 0. So at resonance condition, the power factor will be unity, because phi is equal to 0 at resonance, so cos phi become 1. So power factor will be 1, and if the current circuit contains no resistance, the power is 0. That is, if the circuit having no resistance, means the power factor is 0. Okay, so this is about series LCR circuit connected to an AC supply. So one more circuit we have to discuss here, which is series resonance circuit. So we have just seen what is resonance and resonance condition. It is a detailed description of this resonance condition. So series resonance circuit. For fixed values of L, C and R, the impedance of an LCR circuit depends on omega is equal to 2 pi, because we have seen the equations of impedance. The equations of impedance is square root of R square omega L minus 1 by omega C whole square. So this depends on, if for a constant value of R, L and C, this value depending on the value of omega only, and which is given by 2 pi f. Okay, that is, it varies with the frequency. This is obtained from the equation of impedance, this equation. If in such a circuit omega L is equal to 1 by omega C, that is 2 pi f L, omega is 2 pi f, so that 2 pi f L is equal to 1 by 2 pi f C. That is, if the inductive reactance equal to capacitive reactance, then in the above equation Z will become equal to R, which is quite clear. When these two terms are equal, this will become R, and maximum AC current will be admitted through this circuit. The impedance is reduced so that maximum current will be flowing through this circuit at this condition, and the circuit will behave as if the coil and the condenser were, or coil or the capacitor were absent in the circuit, and the coil behaves as if it has no capacitor or inductance coil in the circuit. The circuit is then said to be in tune or resonance with the applied EMF. This is what we have just described before, the resonance condition and resonance. The value of the frequency of applied EMF for which omega L is equal to 1 by omega C is called the resonant frequency, and which is represented by F0. So when this condition is achieved, omega L is equal to 1 by omega C, and the corresponding applied frequency voltage is known as resonant frequency. This gives us the resonance condition. This is the frequency of the oscillations in an LC circuit when the ohmic resistance is negligible. So this is equivalent to an LC circuit oscillation frequency, that is, no ohmic resistance is present, or the value of ohmic resistance is negligible. Thus, the strength of AC in any series circuit due to a given applied EMF is greatest. Which means the value of the applied AC in any series circuit is the greatest value, having the greatest value. When the frequency of the applied EMF is equal to the natural frequency of the circuit, these two can be these two should be read together. That is, this the strength of the AC in series circuit due to given applied EMF is greatest when frequency of the applied EMF is equal to the natural frequency of the circuit. That is what we just described above. This is a condition similar to that necessary for resonance in the case of sounds. The above circuit is therefore called a series resonance circuit. So whenever this condition is achieved, and at that condition the circuit can be said to be a series resonance circuit, so for which the frequency can be represented by frequency of the supplied voltage can be represented 1 by 2 pi square root of LC, and the circuit is behaved as it having only L and C with negligible R, and the maximum current in the circuit is given by I0 is equal to E0 by R, and the root mean square value of the voltage can be given by the product of resistance into the root mean square value of the current in the circuit. Also at resonance, the alternating potential difference across L and C are equal and 180 degree out of phase or in anti-phase, and the current and applied EMF are in phase. That is, when this resonance condition is achieved, the alternating potential difference across these components, this inductance coil and capacitor, are equal but 180 degree out of phase. But the current and applied EMF are in phase. Although the voltage potential difference across these components are in out of phase, the current and applied EMF are in phase at this resonance condition. The ratio of voltage across inductance or capacitor to the voltage across resistance or applied voltage at resonance is called the Q factor or voltage magnification factor of the series circuit. Q means for quality. Q is also called merit or selectivity. That is, VL is equal to, VL can be represented as XL into the root mean square value of current, where XL is the inductive reactance, which can be represented as omega L into IRMS. So the voltage magnification factor or the Q factor can be represented as omega L into IRMS, that is the voltage across the inductance, or it can be taken as the voltage across the capacitor. Here we have represented it as voltage across the inductance because this is the reactance and this is the current, so the product will give you the voltage. Similarly, this will give you the voltage across the resistance. Okay. So this will give you the quality factor, or this can be represented as Xc by R. Xc by R means the capacitive reactance, or this can be represented as, so this term can be cancelled, so this will be XL by R. This term can be XL by R. Similarly, if here this is also equal to Xc by R if we are taking the voltage across the capacitive reactance. Here we have written it across the inductive reactance, that is why this is XL by R. This can be also represented as ratio of voltage across capacitor to the voltage across resistor, so that it can be become Xc by R. So this is equal to tan phi, where phi is the phase angle between current and potential difference across L or C. So the phase, this represents the phase angle when the circuit is having an inductance coil or capacitor, which we have seen already when we are discussing the AC through these components. So this will give you the value of tan phi. Okay. At a high quality factor circuit has low resistance, low fractional energy loss per cycle, and a sharp resonance. The smaller the resistance, the sharper the resistance. So the R factor is appearing in the denominator. So a high quality factor means it will have low resistance. Low resistance means the fractional energy loss per cycle is very low, and which means a sharp resonance. The smaller the resistance, the sharper the resonance curve. So that's what's the importance of this quality factor. So the quality factor determines the quality or selectivity or merit of this circuit. So quality factor phi means R is low, that is fractional energy loss per cycle is low, and sharper will be the resonance. The curve is shown here for 30 ohm resistance and 10 ohm resistance for. So this is for low resistance compared to 30. So look at this curve. This resonance curve is sharper than this. Okay, the sharpness of such a curve is measured by its half width, which is the difference between two frequencies, each of which corresponds to the current amplitude of one half of the maximum current amplitude. That is, if this is the curve, representing the current, and this will give you the full width at half maximum. That is, this is the maximum value and this is the half point of this maxima, and the difference between these frequencies will give you the width of this curve. So the sharpness of such a curve is measured by its half width, that is full width at half maximum. The frequencies f1 and f2, at which the current I are reduced to 70% of the resonant frequency, is called half power frequency. So this is known as half power frequencies. Separation of half power points, that is f1 minus f2, is called the bandwidth of the circuit. So this is known as bandwidth of the circuit, the difference between these two frequencies. These are the points where the maximum resonance is reduced to maximum current is 70% to the maximum value. Current is reduced to 70% of its maximum value. A circuit which possesses a very narrow band of frequencies is said to be more selective, and the smaller the resistance are, the narrower is the bandwidth, that is sharper the tuning. So from this, what we understand is that a circuit which having a narrow band, that is the difference is narrower band of frequencies, can be said to be more selective. That is, that much frequencies is selective, and the smaller the resistance, then the value of the resistance will be still reduced. That is, it will become more and more sharper when the resistance is more and more reduced, so that it will become more and more selective. That is, the frequencies will be reduced more and more. So the narrow is the bandwidth, that means the sharper the tuning, which means the tuning will be sharp. If the frequency of the AC supply is varied, or it contains a number of frequency components, just as in a receiving aerial or receiving antenna. A receiving antenna can receive various frequencies when electromagnetic waves falling. So if the frequency of AC supply is varied, or it contains a number of frequency components, a series LCR circuit across the supply will give or accept a maximum current, that is a maximum response, for only that component of the supply which has a frequency at f is equal to 1 by 2 pi root LC, provided the resistance R is very slow. That is, if this any component which can receive any component like receiving antenna, which can receive or which is exposed with a number of frequency components, it can be selective, or it can be response to a maximum it can accept a maximum current corresponding to that frequency which is equal to 1 by 2 pi into root LC, that is, which obeys the resonance conditions. Okay. Hence, a series resonance circuit is also sometimes called an acceptor circuit. It is used as a tuning circuit with the aerial of a radio receiver to obtain amplified AC voltage. So, for tuning a radio receiver, that is we have already known with the tuning of this radio receiver, and this tuning circuit, we are using this LCR circuit at resonance condition. So what happens is at resonance it will receive those current with frequency condition which is equal to 1 by 2.2 root L. That is at resonance condition. So it will give you the maximum value of this current at this values, maximum voltage. That is, if R is equal to 0, the impedance becomes 0 at the resonant frequency, and the current in the circuit is maximum, which we have described it before. A series LCR frequently used in a radio circuit to obtain large alternating voltage. That's what we just described before. So for example, we can if we have an LCR series circuit in which L is equal to 100 microhenry, R is equal to 5 ohm, and C is equal to 0.0002 microfarad, and a voltage of 0.1 volt, which is RMS volt, is applied at resonant frequency S0. So the resonance frequency S0 can be given by this formula, and which can be calculated and give you the value 0.9 into 10 to the power 6. So current in the circuit at resonant frequency is obtained by the applied voltage 0.1 by the resistance R. And the voltage across the capacitor, hence I is equal to XC, which will give you 0.2. X is 1 by omega C. Omega is 2 pi F into C. So this will give 20 volts. So 20 volts means 200 times the applied voltage. Similarly, the voltage across L will obtain 20 volts. Thus, it is clear that at the resonant frequency, the voltage across L and C is equal and opposite, but 200 times the applied voltage. Okay, from this it is clear that a resonance circuit is capable of magnifying an alternating voltage. This fact is of considerable importance in radio circuits, which when tuned to a resonant frequency can provide an alternating voltage of greater magnitude than the applied voltage across L or C. So this principle is used in radio receivers and receiver antennas, so that it can so at resonance it can produce, or it can get maximum value of the applied voltage. That is, it magnifies the value of applied voltage when it is in tune. That is, if you are tuning the circuit. The tuning is obtained at resonance condition. That is, the receiver will receive those frequencies which obey this resonance condition. That is, frequency having 1 by 2 pi square root of LC value. So this is the importance of this LCR circuit and the application. If the circuit has an ohmic resistance R, then the voltage magnification or Q factor of the resonance circuit is Q is equal to omega 0 L by R. If the circuit having an ohmic resistance R, then this quality factor is given by omega 0 L by R. Omega 0 is represented by 1 by square root of LC. And this can be expressed in the form 1 by R into square root of L by C, which is equal to where omega 0 is the value 2 pi F0 at resonance. So this is about resonance and series resonance circuit. So a resonance condition is achieved when inductive reactance becomes equal to the capacitive reactance in the circuit. At this, the natural frequency is become equal to 1 by 2 pi square root of LC. At this condition, we can get a maximum value of current or a magnified value of voltage at the output, that is the applied voltage is getting magnified, and this principle is used in receiver antennas and radios, and the circuit will behave as a low value of resistance in the circuit or negligible resistance circuit. Okay, so these are about LCR, series resonance circuit.